The future of food is exciting. It's going to be filled with opportunities, both for consumers and for producers. We are going to be on a journey of a more sustainable production and a more sustainable consumption. A journey where we will make sure that packaging is fully circular, but also a journey where we are going to address some of the concerns that people have over the health and nutrition of their foods. And we're going to make sure that we will be in a healthier and more sustainable food environment. So it's exciting for all of us. So I think the future of food in the next few years will look very different from where it is today. We will need support from policymakers. This is a journey that we cannot do by ourselves. Obviously, we will take our responsibility. But from a policy perspective, what we will need is a long-term, coherent and consistent framework that is as much as possible harmonized at European level. Now, if you focus on health, from a health perspective, there are a few enablers that will help us achieve a healthier food environment, such as a labeling scheme at European level, a front of pack scheme. We will need a recognition of the ingredients that we use to allow for reformulation. They are authorized today and we need to make sure that they can be authorized in the future. But what we will need especially is a multifaceted approach. One whereby everyone in the chain joins us and takes his responsibility to address this issue. And it is here that the policy environment can help us with. If focusing on sustainability, there are two very concrete areas where policymakers can help us with, all within the remit of the circular packaging. Is that one, what we need are minimum requirements on deposit return schemes. These are waste collection schemes that have proven to be effective. The EU can help us in developing such minimum requirements. Second is we will need access to the raw material, but access to the recycled material to enable us to make new products. And here, what we are asking for is for the EU to make sure that for food grade packaging, we have priority access or right of first refusal to food grade quality recycled material. Those are very two concrete issues where we believe policymakers can help us with. UNESDA, representing the European soft drinks industry, has taken its responsibility. We know that we have to act. And that's why very recently we have announced two major commitments. One focusing on circular packaging and one focusing on health and nutrition. Now, in more detail, on circular packaging, our vision will enable us that by 2030, packaging beverage bottles will be fully circular, going well beyond European legal requirements. For instance, we're going to make sure that our packaging is 100% recyclable by 2025, that we use 50% recycled content by 2025 and 100% recycled content by 2030, going well beyond current EU requirements. And thirdly, we will commit to collecting 90% of all of our packaging, not just plastic bottles, but also glass and aluminium. And finally, we are committing that we will bring to market more refillable packaging. It's an important part of the solution, and we will bring to market more refillable packaging. If I now focus to the health and nutrition side, I'm excited because very recently we have made new commitments on health and nutrition. Firstly, we remain to date the only ones that had committed to a sugar reduction target. And what we are doing now is to go a step further. We had achieved an average added sugar reduction of 14.6% between 2015 and 2019, and now we are committing to go 10% further by 2025. Second, we are reinforcing our commitments when it comes to advertising and marketing. Targeted at children. We are going to commit that we will not target and advertise to children under 13 years old. Thirdly, we are going to intensify our efforts when it comes to selling and marketing in schools. We will not sell in primary schools, and we will only sell no and low calorie drinks in secondary schools. Today, we are achieving already extremely high levels of compliance, but we're going to make sure that we will achieve 100% compliance. And then lastly, labeling. Labeling is an extremely important enabler for the consumer and for the producer. It offers the consumer an opportunity to compare products and make a healthier choice. But it also allows for the producer an opportunity to reformulate, because it will recognize the efforts that the producer makes. So we are very proud of these two commitments that we are making, and they are addressing, on the one hand, the acceleration on circular economy and the objectives of sustainable production and consumption of the farm to fork strategy.